أو هي حدث لسه سيد الشيخ محمد ناظر والحقان المدد أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول وأولي الأمر منكم. Obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, obey Prophet, and obey those who are on authority. There was someone asked me a question today. We are putting a book in Arabic of Maulana Sheikh Nazim's lectures, and the book went to print. And there was a section on about 3 pages or 4 pages on Iblees. And the question was that is Iblees, because there are a lot of issue around this subject, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as we all know, that He cursed Iblees. Iblees is cursed. وَإِنَّ عَلَيْكَ لَعْنَتِي إِلَى يَوْمِ الدِّينِ.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإذ قلنا للملائكة اسجدوا لآدم فسجدوا إلا إبليس كان من الجن ففسق عن أمر ربه أفتتخذونه وذريته أولياء من دوني وهم لكم عدو بئس للظالمين بدلا وإن عليك لعنتي إلى يوم الدين صدق الله العظيم.
When Allah ordered Iblees to make, He created the angels, and Iblees was one of the angels, and his name Azazil, and he was the head of the angels before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saw him out. And he was a worshipper, and he was a servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Amrullah is for angels to make sajda. Iradatullah is for angels to make sajda except Iblis. You saw the difference? It is order, Amrullah, because Amr is something, Irada is something else. Amr is when Allah ordered you to do something, but His will, He says, do this, but His will is something else. Then there will be no way to do it because you are blocked. So Irada is something, and Amr is something. And that's why many times we say that the Shaykh always give a order to his followers, order them, do this. But he knows that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written that this is not going to happen. So the irada, the will of Allah, the plan, what Allah planned in the day of promises is not going to happen that way. It's going to happen in different way. But they put the order in a way that to see if you listen or not, you accept or not. although they know the result, what's going to happen, that's going to be the opposite, but they do accordingly of what they order, although their will is completely different. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to the angels, make sajda. That was an order for everyone, including whom? Including Iblees. Iblees فَفَسَقَ عَنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّهِ. He did not obey. Okay. Why? Not to obey when he was an obedient servant to Allah before. Or give him a chair to sit there quickly. You have not a chair. He can sit there by the maqam. No need to come all the way here. While you stay there, I give you a chair, you sit there.
Yes, sir.
It's easier for you by the maqam. Make dua for us. Hey, it's there. It's here. Here. Don't go more. عم يجيب له كرسي. So where we are going? لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. So Allah ordered him. He did not obey, although he was an obedience. He never left one sajda, one hand without a sajda. So why he didn't obey them? Because Allah's irada will doesn't want him to obey. Because he wants Adam to go on earth. He wants Adam to listen to Iblees, and everyone in Adam and his wife in paradise, or as they will be in paradise. There will be no earth. For what is the reason of this whole earth? Allah wanted that plan that He put to be fulfilled. So to be fulfilled is what? By Iblees not to make sajda, he will be cursed and go whispering in the ear of Adam not to listen and eat from that tree, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala send everyone on earth. So it was his job. It was his work. He was without knowing, Allah made him to do an act that's going to make everyone on this earth, by disobeying Iblis, he is going to be raised in his worshipness. When you disobey Iblis, when Iblis come whisper in the ears, and you disobey him, and you go after your inspiration, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will raise you and raise you and raise you and raise you. Why Iblis is not happy with this majlis, with this association? Iblis to everyone is saying, oh, you are going to waste your time coming here for what? Listening for Akhirah? Go and enjoy. You are a doctor. You are famous in Chicago. Go back. You are a eye doctor. Why are you wasting your time here? You are a lobbyist in Washington. Why you are coming and wasting your time? You are a teacher, a professor, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has thrown that high belief in the hearts of sincere servants to accept bowing to their Lord, leaving their dunya behind, accepting akhirah as their goal, and leaving everything else behind, and making sajda, imitating angels how they did sajda. But on one condition: don't look at the others in a bad way. It is Allah's will that the others are outside, the other people. They have their own hikmah. Allah gave them Allah's wisdom, makes them different, makes you different. It's Allah's judgment who is who and what everyone his job is. There are many people who gave their life, their heart, their dunya up to their sheikhs. Sahaba gave their lives, their dunya up to Prophet ﷺ. And Allah gave them everything. Make them to be the most highest sincere servant on earth, because they were companion of Prophet ﷺ. Awliyaullah has followers that Allah will raise them, these followers, because they left everything for that wali. And they said, oh, we are accepting him because he is our guide. And they never changed. Look like this Majnoon also, Jihan Ali. You think Awliya don't know what is in the heart? He never went back to work. He left everything, he's selling tapes. Although he's lazy, but never mind. But he is keeping devoted. There are many others. I'm giving an example, but he doesn't mean that he has to see himself, mashallah, I am better than the others. No. But to show how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not looking for your dunya, but He is looking for your akhirah. So awliyaullah, they take care of their followers because they know that it is their responsibility to look after them and look after what they are doing. And alhamdulillah, all of you, most of you, you left one state, you came to another state, because I came to another state. That is not, and all of you, you are owning homes now. From where? From nothing. You were not able even to make your living in California. Here you, mashallah, everyone has a house and he is living happily. Look at Baba Kodi. Not get a house for him. He's going to get a house. He was in California something, now he's different. Look at Ishaq. Look at Sahib. Many. Look at Nurjan and his sister. They left a real life of Beverly Hills and Hollywood, and they came to another life which is distressful, difficult, but they survived. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala giving them like giving the others. So everyone according to his level. So Maulana is describing in that book that Iblees, Allah cursed him, and he said, you are cursed until the day of judgment. So what about after the day of judgment? فإن عليك لعنتي إلى يوم الدين. أيها العرب, what is the meaning?
Last person.
You have my curse until day of judgment. Okay, after day of judgment. Allah knows best. It's His judgment, not our judgment. It's Allah's judgment. Because if Iblees didn't have that curse and running away from Allah's sight, he thinks himself is running away from Allah's sight. He is running away from Allah's sight, running after His servants to bring them into sin. So he is doing his job to the highest level possible. He's not sleeping. Day and night working with all his army of jinn, devil jinn, not good jinn. They are in the way they are performing their job. You can say it's 100% energetic, complete energy. It's not non-stopping after everyone. For us, if we are performing our worship, 10% is good. We are lazy. Everyone wants to sit and not to do anything. Wants to eat, drink, sleep, make wudu and pray. That's why meditation, tafakkur, as I said in Friday, Jum'ah, is very important. So Iblees took the responsibility, took a job. We say there is in our day life, we say one is stuff, one is واحد جد واحد بيرسل. What's that in English?
One pull and one push.
One is very tough, hard, the other one is very soft, so they balance. They are both together in order to keep everything balanced. In this life, Iblees is the one that is pushing it very hard. In order, he goes to the extreme, like what you have in the law system. You have the prosecutor who is always saying that man is a criminal, nothing else. No way. Wherever that person is not criminal, still that prosecutor says this man is criminal. Prove the opposite. Is that? What I ask you? What is your journalist? What is the job of a prosecutor? Huh?
You know that?
No, you say. I'm asking.
Prove the person is guilty.
To prove that this person is, although he might not be guilty, huh? He wants to prove that person is guilty. And the defendant, the lawyer, wants to prove that one is not guilty. Iblees is the prosecutor. Always he's coming and running after everyone to make everyone guilty. Awliyaullah are defendants. They try to defend their followers. Who doesn't have a sheikh, a guide, he will go to the court without a lawyer. So the court appoints lawyer for him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those who have no lawyers or those who have lawyers, all of them, they end up under Shafa'ah of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But those who they have lawyers, quickly they go to paradise, because they will be defended immediately, everyone coming with his lawyer. The one that doesn't have lawyers enter under the huge Shafa'ah of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This from Ummatul Nabi. So Iblees is someone that took a responsibility of disobeying, because Allah's will for Iblees to disobey. Although Allah ordered him to make sajda, but his will is to disobey in order to make him an element to pull people into sins. And by these people repenting, Allah raising them. If there was no Iblees, there was no munafasa, competition in rising up in higher level. Everyone will be on the same level, equal. Iblees, because you are disobeying Iblees with his full energy running after you, disobeying him means there is a competition between human beings. Who disobey more will be raised more. So it's a job. Instead of calling him Iblees, also you can call him provocateur. He's provoking. He is under a job. So that's why when Muhyiddin bin Arabi was asked, and these are of the secrets of spiritual Sufi saints, when he was asked about, Iblis came to him and said, Ya Muhyiddin, Allah said, وَرَحْمَةِ وَسَعَتْ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ, my mercy encompasses everything. I'm one of this everything. Is I'm under that mercy or not? I am one of this everything. I'm not under this mercy. وَرَحْمَةِ وَسِعَتْ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ. My mercy has encompassed everything. I'm not part of that everything. So means I'm under that mercy or not? So Muhyiddin ibn Arabi looked. It was too much for his knowledge. He thought, he said, no, I cannot answer this question. He said, Allah knows best. Whatever we're going to say, if he say yes, you are under Allah's mercy, Allah might say to Muhyiddin, how you gave that judgment? Who are you to give that judgment? And if he said, you are not under that mercy also, he would have asked him, who told you he's not? So both sides was conflicting. Grand Sheikh, may Allah bless his soul, when he was relating that story, he said, if I would be asked now the same question from Iblis, I would say, yes, you're under Allah's mercy. Allah. Because knowledge of today is being so high, because Prophet ﷺ in complete ascension, always he is ascending. So ulum, the knowledge that Prophet is getting more and more, can now testify, I can testify now, that Iblis is under Allah's mercy in Judgment Day. I don't want to go deeper in that subject, because then people will get more confused, and I would like to leave it at that point, and we'll continue with dhikrullah inshallah. Because why Allah gave him life? When he did not obey and make sajda, why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't take his soul? Didn't take the soul of Iblis? Why he left him? Allah didn't leave anyone. Even Adam lived for some many years and he died. Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the most perfect one, Allah gave him a certain number of years and then he left. Sayyidina Nuh, 1000 minus 50 years, 950 years and then he died. Why Iblees? Jinn, they die. Jinn, they are not ever living. Jinn, they have life as we have life. They've been given a certain number of years of life. They die, they come others, they marry, they have more, and they multiply, and they die, and they multiply, and they die. Why only Iblis being given his life is stretched till judgment day? Because he asked Allah, Ya Rabbi, leave me to judgment day. I'm going to make every لأغوينهم أجمعين.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال فانظرني إلى يوم يبعثون. قال فإنك من المنظرين إلى يوم الوقت المعلوم. صدق الله العظيم.
He said, Oh Allah, leave me to the day of judgment to be living. He said, Rabbi, my Lord, leave me to live. Give me life. So when you say, oh my Lord, give me life, what does that mean? You are a believer or not? You are accepting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are not atheist. He was not atheist even. Iblis was not saying there is no fire, there is no punishment, there is no heavens, there is no Allah, astaghfirullah, there is nothing. No. He said, oh my Lord, leave me to the day of judgment. ادعوني أستجب لكم. Ask me, make dua for me, I will answer you. And why Iblis was answered immediately and we make hundreds of du'as, it's not unanswered. How many du'as do you make a day? Is it answered? Look, all Muslim Ummah are doing dua for to be because they are on haqq. Ya Rabbi, let us give us power because we are on haqq. What's happening? Going down, falling down. His irada wants us to go down. His order make dua. Because dua makes you to remember that I am your Lord. But his irada knows your amal is bad amal. He wants to clean you in dunya before akhirah. It is a cleansing process. He wants to cleanse believers and send them to paradise. So when Iblis said, oh Allah, keep me alive, who gave him that inspiration? Who threw in his heart that request from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give him a longer life in order that he will be able to flip up everyone? And Allah said, yeah, no problem. I'm giving you that. Go after them. Allah gave him authority to go after us. Like survivors in this movie. They go after them in the jungle. Allah said, go after them. Let me see who is going to survive from your clothes, from the clothes of animals. You cannot, from the clothes of the tiger or lion or the bear, you cannot run away. They finish you. Iblis has big clothes like that. Might be his nails are so long it can reach from east to west. You saw that? Yeah, he has big nails. He has long fingers but big nails. His nails are like you know the knitter. The eagle has big nails. When he catch. Iblis doesn't need to move even. From his command area, he moves his nails, they go longer and longer, catching animals. awliya can see the nails of Iblees as they are moving, and they cut it. As soon as they cut their nail, they release the prey of Iblees from the hands of Iblees. They took back their disciple, and then Allah gives him back the nail. It lives another time and grow back and grow and grow and grow, catching everyone from every distance, from far distance. If he is in the east and people in the west, he can catch them, or north or south. So he said, give me life. Allah gave him. He said, Rabbi, oh my Lord. So one dua was accepted from him. From us, we ask, no dua. Why? Because there is no real there is no real request from the heart. It's not coming from the heart. It's only coming from the tongues. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us from the hand of Iblis. Because by saving us means raising us higher and higher. And Iblis in Judgment Day is under Allah's judgment. And Allah knows best. Allah cursed him for a reason and a wisdom. Allah made him to run after a human being for a reason. And Allah brought Adam and Eve from paradise with Iblis on earth for a reason. And Allah knows best. وَمِنَ اللَّهِ التَّوْفِيقُ بِحُرْمَةِ الْفَاتِحَةِ. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. نويت الأربعين، نويت الاعتكاف، نويت الخلوة، نويت العوض، نويت الرياضة، نويت السلوك لله تعالى العظيم في هذا المجلس. أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول وأولي الأمر منكم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, obey Allah, obey Prophet, and obey those who are on authority. And those who are on authority, is very important to obey them, because they will make you polished, they will clean you, and they will perfect you, because they will allow you to go higher and higher in Allah's divine presence. And those which I mean here by those authorities is the real inspiration that comes to your heart from three sources. First is the one that guided you in this life to reach the presence of Prophet ﷺ, who is your guide, your teacher, that's guiding you to reach and to enter into the real essence of Maqam al-Ihsan by implementing all necessary obligations that Prophet ﷺ had ordered us to do. So these inspirations that come to the heart has to be implemented and followed, because it will allow you to reach that presence of Prophet. So this is one of these authorities. And this is they are what we describe them as ulul amr. Ulul amr means those who gives the orders. And usually in the physical body, the order comes from the brain, from the mind. That's for the body. But at the higher level is the orders that come from the heart to the spiritual essence of the soul. And that's what it's important to know. The higher level of authority is Prophet ﷺ, and the highest is the authority that comes from the divine presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we are not describing these, explaining these two high authorities, we are explaining the one that we are relating to our daily life and our daily lives. So the Rabita, means the connection, that the initiation that you take from the hand of the teacher and you accept him to be your teacher. So the Rabita is the Rabat, is the bond that you make with that guide. So whenever you are trying to bind yourself or focus yourself, you have to remember that this bond is always there existing for you, that like a rope. That's why Allah said, وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Hold tight to that rope. الحبل المتين, the very strong rope that always, mateen means direct you to Allah's way. So in state of ihsan, and the level of that state, the excellent state, it is said that when you focus, you make Rabita, the Rabita has to be to the Rawhaniyat al-Shaykh, to be to the spirituality, to the soul of the Shaykh, to the spirit of the Shaykh. It is because it is coming through the heart connection. For the physicality of the Shaykh, it's coming from the mind. So when you focus, try to reach his soul by understanding that he is, wherever you are trying to move yourself, you are directing your face in order to be able to see him, to guide you to Allah's presence, because he is the one, like you, it's not the right description, but like a windmill. Wherever the wind comes, it turns. So the Shaykh is like the windmill. He knows where is the right direction now, he turns towards it. And that's why Allah said in Holy Quran, فَأَيْنَمَا تُوَلُّوا فَتَمَّ وَجْهُ اللَّهِ. Wherever you direct your face, Allah's presence is there. So that guide, because his relationship so near to the divine presence, he knows which direction he can guide you. So if you connect with him, with his soul is always looking where they can reach that greatness of Allah and understand it. And that's why Prophet ﷺ said in his hadith, when he asked Sahaba, what you are making muraqabah, what you are thinking now about the يتفكرون في خلق السماوات والأرض, you are thinking about the creation of heavens and earth. They said when we focus, we think about our Lord. He said, no. Focus on His khalq. Focus on His creation. Because through His creation, you understand the Creator. You cannot reach the Creator. It's far beyond everyone. But to reach the creation, it's easy. Because through creation, you understand Bahr al-Tawheed. And that's why we say that it's Bahr al-Wahdaniyya wa Bahr al-Ahadiyya. The ocean of Wahdaniyya, it's ocean of oneness, and ocean of Ahadiyya, ocean of uniqueness. Two of them, they are very different. The one, that ocean of oneness, is Tawheed, and I know everyone understands that you have to not to associate anything with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's Bahr al-Tawheed. But how you can understand that is through His creation. That's why Tawheedullah, that's why Prophet said, look at His khalq. Don't look at the khalq. Don't focus on the khalq, because it's far. But on khalq is near to you, around you. So I look at you, oh mashallah, you are very beautiful, very nice being. I say, oh mashallah. Everything you say what? Mashallah means so, what you say, mashallah in English? You are wondering. Huh? How wondrous is, subhanallah, your creation. You've been created like that. MashaAllah, subhanallah, alhamdulillah. You are giving praises to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when you are seeing His creation, because you cannot see Him. How you can see that? We understand Him from understanding everything around. Look, the tree. I was showing you the tree today. How this tree, my daughter was showing it to me one night at around 10 in the evening. She pulled me from the house and she told me, come and look. She said, what's this? And she said, I saw it and it's engraved in my heart. Today I was looking at it carefully, and you can see that picture there, how this happened. That show you how much you are being protected. This is that you say, subhanallah, I am protected. Look, that is a protection. So that's why it's more advanced in tariqah if you be able to al-wuquf ala روحانية الشيء, not al-wuquf ala جسمانية الشيء. To reflect on the روحانية more than spirituality. It's all that comes from that divine spiritual essence. Because the shuyukh, they have this divine, they build up, Allah gives them that to become that divinely, is not to become Allah, astaghfirullah, hasha, or partner. No, they are servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Allah gives them that greatness to be more special. So, to observe, to stand, al-wuquf, waqafa is standing. Al-wuquf ala shay means observing, not reflecting even. Observing. You are seeing what is going in front of you, as if you are on a cliff and the whole world is under you and you are looking at it as if going and coming. You are understanding every smallest detail. That's al-wuquf ala rawhaniyat al-shaykh, means standing and observing, trying to understand that specialty of that sheikh, what he is carrying. And that's why it is said that standing and observing in the same time الوقوف بعين الحياء means keeping in mind, observing and looking what's going in there, but keeping in mind to feel shy. Why to feel shy? Because you can then understand the greatness of Allah, and you become very shy of that greatness, and you are nothing. Allah giving you when you are trying to reflect and connect with the spirituality, that specialty of the Shaykh, the divine spirituality of the Shaykh, you understand then the creation, the real meaning of the creation through your Shaykh, because your Shaykh is already there. It's the mountain. So he is letting you to stand on his shoulder, like standing on that mountain. He is that mountain. And Prophet scholars, they said, ulama, they said that the hadith of Prophet, they explained the hadith of Prophet that al-haya'u min al-iman, to feel shyness, shy, is from faith. To feel shy is from faith, means you have to feel shy from everything. Don't feel arrogant. People today, they feel themselves arrogant. No shyness. You can say shyness. In their heart. They do anything. I was in a conference in Colorado, and there was a speaker, lady speaker, and she was giving a lecture that you feel shy to listening. You cannot listen. And asking to meditate on it even, where you cannot accept what they say, and still they are telling people to meditate and close their eyes and think about and focus on that. So that's why shyness is being gone. Now when you try to act on that shyness, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you multiplications of reward, أضعاف مضاعفة. Multiples, double and double of reward, because no one is doing anymore to become shy. Finish. People are running after their own style of life. No shyness. So, ulama, they said, scholars, they said, al-haya, shyness, the meaning of shyness is the melting of your organs. Means everything within your chest has to melt completely. When it melts completely in the presence of your Shaykh, means no ana, no me, is only you. When you completely melt in the presence of the Shaykh, no selfishness, no seeing yourself standing there, that's where is the real meaning of shyness. When you are reflecting on that highest level of the Shaykh's spirituality, not on his body, and that's why they said in muraqabah, they tell you to focus and imagine the picture of your Shaykh that he will take you to the Prophet and from Prophet to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You cannot see Prophet, but you can see your Shaykh because you are near him. So I look you are my Shaykh, I look at you, I close my eyes, see you now. Because you physically you are with the Shaykh. Sahaba can see Prophet, yes. We cannot. So what takes us to the Prophet is when we focus on the Shaykh and imagine the picture of the Shaykh. You are imagining a picture, you are not seeing the physicality. So that's why you are looking at the spirituality, is the reflection of the soul that gives you, because sometimes you don't see it perfect. Sometimes you might see light coming from the Shaykh, different colors that the Shaykh is over the Shaykh. They found today that when they take picture, they take this aura. You saw these pictures, they have colors on top of the different people. Awliyaullah, they have colors, but it is very difficult for normal people to see these colors. Only through meditation you can see these colors emitting from the Shaykh in different directions. You know the fireworks? When you, how many colors they give, and going, sprinkling like stars here and there and there and there and there and there, and then at the end what happens? One explosion comes out. The Shaykh is like that. They are giving you different colors, different stars. You see them and then they go through your heart and they explode your heart. When they explode your heart, the firework is finished. What will happen? Everything dark. Means you have reached that level of complete submission. They break your heart down in order to, means they break your ego down, not the heart, but ego down. You reach that level of submission. So there are fireworks which are very small, like that. Make like that. If you 1 star, 2 stars, they go down. Bigger, 3 stars, 4 stars, they go down. There are big like that. They give thousands of stars. There are huge ones that they go up in the air and they shine the whole city. Different colors. Then they explode, become submission. And you cannot reach al-wuquf al-qalbi. I'm trying to run. And that's why always when you want to, I will skip something to reach that quickly. إلهي أنت مقصودي ورضاك مطلوبي. Yeah, translate.
My Lord, you are my
goal.
My goal.
You are my last, the last thing that you trying to reach. Where your goal is the end. So you are my goal at that end. وَرِضَاكَ مَطْلُوبِي. I know that you are my goal, but I cannot reach that. And that's why he said, رِضَاكَ مَطْلُوبِي. I want you, what I want is your satisfaction or pleasure from me. Means I want you, Ya Rabbi, to be happy with me, because I know my goal is you, but that's a long way. You cannot reach that. So what you can reach is Allah's pleasure from you, happy to be happy with you. And that's why awliyaullah, they said, according to the hadith of Prophet I mentioned later, they said, don't try to focus on the sifat, on the attributes, not all the attributes, on characteristics. Because Allah said in the holy hadith, Ya ibn Adam, من أراد أن يدخل حضور حضرتي فلا يلتفت بالملك والملكوت. Who wants to reach me, to enter in my divine presence, حضور حضرتي, to enter in the divine presence of my divine what you call it? In my divine court, which we cannot say that, but in the divine realm, in the divine realm, because realm doesn't have a physical state. Assembly has or position or state. So realm, don't come to me through the description, through the sifat, the attributes that describe me. Because who wants to enter in my divine realm, he will not look. فلا يلتفت بالملك والملكوت والجبروت. He doesn't mean, he cannot. And this is what we say the end goal. That's why it's impossible. That's why you need the pleasure of Allah or the satisfaction of Allah from you, or he to be happy with you. Because you cannot enter that, because he said فلا يلتفت بالملك والملكوت والجبروت. He cannot look at the worldly kingdom or heavenly kingdom or my great majestic powers. You cannot look at this. Which Prophet, that's why Prophet ﷺ said, when you want to look at his creation, because he knows no one can reach that end goal except him through night of Isra and Mi'raj. Because if you want to think like that and to focus at the end goal, focusing on Allah directly, how you can reach, you are nothing. And this is astaghfirullah, we cannot describe that, but an ant cannot look at an elephant in worldly life. We cannot look at giants. Look, these galaxies, you are nothing. How you look at the galaxy? You are a midget toward a galaxy, or toward a star, or toward the moon, or toward the sun. So how you want to look there? So he said what? That's why Prophet knew that. He told Sahaba what? Don't look there. When he was asking them, what you are remember, how you understand that verse of Quran? They said, we are focusing, we are thinking about Allah. He said, no, think about His khalq. Because Allah saying, according to the hadith, that you cannot come to me through mulk and malakut, because He knows that Allah's end goal no one can come. So that essence is impossible to understand it. You can understand what is around you. So you want to be approaching, guide yourself towards the presence of your Shaykh. He will guide you where you have to look. And he said, فلا يلتفت بالملك والملكوت والجبروت فمن رضي بواحد منها فهو من المطرودين. If I accept to reach Allah through His majestic power and His heavenly kingdom, if we accept one of it, we will be matrud, thrown out from my presence, because my presence cannot be done except by Mi'raj. من المطرودين عن حضور حضرتي لأن المعراج فهو العروج عما سواي. To reach me means you have to ascend, to go in an ascension, and to drop out everything else other than me. Who can do that except Prophet? Prophet dropped everything and was ascended. Did we drop? And he was ordered to come back. A prophet didn't want to come back. Anyone goes there, he wants to come back. But Allah sent him back. Today, how we expect from people or ourselves or anyone that we want to ascend. You want to ascend, then you are going to be in a complete seclusion. Ascending from everything, eating dry bread if you can find, or grass from the wherever you find, and only busy with worshiping. And that no one can do today. It's impossible. That's what Ibrahim ibn al-Adham tried to do. And you know the story. And many Zahideen, Zuhad, tried to do. And that's why one day Sayyidina Abu Bakr al-Siddiq said, went to the Prophet complaining. He said, Ya Rasulullah, I am telling you something that I feel I'm making a sin. And Prophet said, what you are feeling? He said, I feel myself as if I am annihilated with you. I am in you. I think about you in every moment. You never disappear from my eyes. If closing my eyes, opening my eyes, you are there. So I'm worried. Even I am in the restroom, when I take ablution and go to go to restroom, still you are with me. There is no separation. And he said, this is love. This is reality. In every moment, he is in the love of Prophet ﷺ at any moment of his life. I will skip, and I think we have to finish, and still we didn't go to that story, to that Wuquf al-Qalbi. It is said that Ala ad-Din al-Attar, who is the student, the inheritor of Sayyidina Shah al-Naqshband, and at the same time he was his Shah al-Naqshband was his uncle. He said one day he entered Biharat, and on his face there was the Athar al-Jazba, the sign of attraction on his face, and on his face is the sign also not only attraction, that attraction is creating in his face some kind of drunkenness, that he is drunk in Allah's love. So when he entered inside the bazaar, the souk, he entered, he was not hearing anyone. He is not hearing the voice of people. He was not hearing that there were people. He was not seeing anyone. So he might sometimes hit, when moving around, hitting people because he is not seeing anyone. His heart is not there. قال رجل في هذه السلسلة, one in the golden chain says, in the association, in the Awliya association, he says, because Ala ad-Din al-Attar was in that situation, because he was keeping the picture of his sheikh in his heart. إن ذلك الرجل كان بحفظ صورة الخواجة على الدوام، فببركة حفظ صورته كان أثر الجذب غالبا عليه. It's with the barakah of keeping means not the picture, means the reality of the Shaykh in his heart. The sign of attraction was on him. And Shah al-Naqshband said, he said, and this comes when you be busy in hidden dhikrullah, when you do hidden dhikr, not dhikr in association. When you sit by yourself and you are imagining and seeing the reality of the Shaykh in your heart, and you begin dhikrullah, Allah, Allah, and you are focusing on it, Allah, 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 and then your heart begins to work, move. And that's why in Tariqah, in Naqshbandi Sufi order, it tells you to do 2,500 by tongue, dhikrullah, and 2,500 by heart, and then up to 5,000 and 5,000, in order to teach you beginning with tongue and then ending up with the heart. And that he said how I was able to reach the wuquf al-qalbi by dhikrullah, how I was able to reach by seeing the reality of my Shaykh in my heart, Sayyidina Shah al-Naqshband, and I was doing that dhikrullah, Allah, 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 putting my tongue on the top of my mouth at the ceiling, and closing, and my heart working and working and working. And every time I say Allah, I am feeling myself that is my Shaykh taking me to the presence of Prophet and going into a Mi'raj, to that divine presence. Coming to Prophet, going to Mi'raj. Coming to Prophet, going to Mi'raj. Allah, Allah, Allah. Sometimes we do it quickly, it works, but when you are in seclusion, try to focus on it. That's your tongue on the top of the heart, of the mouth, and when you move your hands on your beat, one by one, you see that you are mentioning Allah with a hidden way, and taking the reality of the Shaykh, coming to that reality, taking you to the presence of Prophet. You can see that, you can feel that. When you do it, you can feel it, and then taking to Allah. Slowly it becomes quick. That al-wuquf al-qalbi in a very summarized way, it's one word only, but we can explain it later, inshallah. May Allah forgive us. Wa min Allahi tawfiq wa